is the Tsz Shan Monastery. And this Tsz Shan Monastery will go into more detail, and I'll just explain to you why Hong Kong welcomes you and to visit this phenomenal place. All right, this is the way when you can go to the monastery. You can take the bus, which is the easy exit from the subway. And once you exit the subway, you can take this great bus to go to see the monastery. The reason why I tell you this is because you can also go by car or by taxi, whichever means you can go. But by bus is phenomenal because then you can see the city itself. And this beautiful city is quite extraordinary because you have less sky-high buildings than the central of Hong Kong. So I like it to travel this area. You see some of those high-rise buildings still, but those are more residential than commercial. And this place is very, very beautiful. So once you take the bus, then you see also beautiful places where it's also small, not a very super high-rise buildings like 2 to 3 storage. And all the people here are super nice as well because everything here is also clean and tidy. And as you can see, beautiful mountains the way to go to the monastery. So I'm going to explain to you later about how this monastery was being developed and the initiation itself. You can find out everything on the website itself. Is the tszshan.org. It's a phenomenal website, by the way. Sometimes it's updated, but initially most of the things has been similar. And once you go to the website, you can register yourself for free to visit because just to make sure that they have a spot for you because it's free also and there's a lot of tourists. So it's a beautiful entrance as well. So once you take the bus, you have to line up so that once you arrive, you line up and then you can get your badge so that proof that you are a guest. And basically, they want to make sure that the amount of people will be is limited because the space is it's quite big inside, I will say. But if there's many people inside, then it's too crowded. So they want to control the crowd, in my opinion. So that's good to register your spot first before you go. Make sure you do that. Yeah, it's quite beautiful inside. You'll be in awe. I'll just show you the one that the pictures and the videos that I have taken. And then you can see it was quite a great, beautiful, hot weather. And yeah, it's up to you to decide when to go. My opinion is go to when there's the summer period, but it's very hot, by the way. But then it's up to you if you like the weather. I love sunny weather, so I prefer to book the sunny days to go. This was really my first time to go, and it was very breathtaking. Everything was super clean. Everything here was so beautiful and peaceful, and I hope this background music doesn't annoy you a little bit. Apology if it does. It's just that I thought it will help you to clear out some thoughts. Yeah. So here, this beautiful entrance, there is a lot of things that you can admire inside the building as well. There are statues there. There are phenomenal things going on inside the temple itself, and you get the idea once you're in the temple. And make sure your dress code is correct. Just look at the website. It's very important because there's a proper way of managing things here. All right, the sight seeing is quite beautiful. Everything is tidy and very beautiful. Everything is crafted since the founding of this beautiful monastery, and I highly recommend you to really come and visit. Hong Kong welcomes you, as I said. Okay, so let's go to the site itself. I'm going to talk to you about the initiation so that you can have a little bit background about this beautiful monastery while you can see the site itself. So, first is the initiation. The idea itself was developed for the development of this Tsz Shan Monastery, germinated with Mr. Li Gaxing. So, from a very young age, Mr. Li was influenced by his elders and had developed a lifelong affinity with Buddhism. So in 1980s, Mr. Li established a personal foundation to cultivate a culture of giving and has since pledged to donate 1/3 of his personal assets to advance medical research and education and alleviate poverty. So Mr. Li considers the foundation to be his quote-unquote third son. The hardship Mr. Li endured in his early years to transcend his own poverty to build a global business enable him to focus on initiatives that create a lasting positive impact for humanity. So, with an enlightened spirit, Mr. Li strives to facilitate real change in the world. Mr. Li's aims was to build a Tsz Shan Monastery as an institute of Buddhist practice and learning to provide basically a place for quiet contemplation and purification, and to foster a culture of sharing and giving. So Mr. Li believes that everyone has a bright pearl, quote, bright pearl, long obscured by dust and toil, and when the dust is gone and its light shines forth, a myriad of illuminations blossom across our mountains and rivers, unquote. So planning and construction of this Tsz Shan Monastery began in 2003, and it was completed more than 10 years later. So this Tsz Shan Monastery is a Chinese Buddhist monastery established for the preservation of the inheritance of the Dharma preached by, if I'm not mistaken here, apology, Sakyamuni Buddha. So that's why I see this beautiful Guan Yin. I'm going to explain about this statue later. So to date, the foundation has contributed more than 3.5 billion Hong Kong dollars to cover the land acquisition and construction costs, as well as the monastery's operating expenses. Tsz Shan Monastery has been open to the public since April 2015, and at the current moment of this recording is absolutely free of charge to enter. So please preserve it because it's quite a phenomenal place. And the thing that I just mentioned to you, I read from this website, so please take a look at this phenomenal website, the tzshan.org, and then you can read by yourself what I just read to you. All right, so I just want to go back to this video. As you can see, this phenomenal statue is a great masterpiece, and I'm going to talk to you about it later. So just enjoy first the statue, and this Guan Yin statue is quite amazing, and then you can understand later why she holds up the pearl as well as the vase. Okay. So let's go to the part 2 of this. This is basically the architectural concept. Okay, let me read it through from the website. To visit the Tsz Shan Monastery from the city, you are struck by a sense of calmness, both in natural environment and in atmosphere of the majestic monastery. Its style is inspired by the more solemn and elegant styles of the Tang, Northern, Song, Liao, and Jin dynasties, which existed over a period of about 600 years, beginning in the 7th century. Apology. The monastery appropriates elements of nature in its planning as well. So Tsz Shan Monastery is located on a hilly side with an expansive sea view to the front. The core of the monastery consists of 3 main buildings placed along a central axis. So each building and associated courtyard is placed on platforms rising up the hill, well defined with surrounding corridors. On another axis, branching off from the grand courtyard, the votes are led into the presence of the colossal image of Guan Yin passing the universal gate. Throughout its halls and its grounds, Tsz Shan Monastery provides many spaces for contemplation, both open and intimate, formal or seemingly unplanned. But even inside its most stately buildings, nature is present throughout. Dark African paddock wood, wavy white grain granite, marble, and bronze are the monastery's most important buildings materials. They are ones of texture and richness with a connection to origin. Buddhism has a deep connection with nature, and so too does the monastery. Within its walls, there are beautifully manicured gardens and trees, as well as those that remain untended. Trees are of particular significance, and many types were brought into Tsz Shan Monastery alongside indigenous varieties. But what is most important is Tsz Shan Monastery's design is that it blends and unifies its buildings with nature and creates an ideal space for meditation. Wow. So I highly recommend you to take a look at this monastery. It's beautiful architecture and all those, as you can see, the building here, the main gate. Basically, the Maitreya Hall and the Grand Buddha Hall are located on the central axis of the monastery, and is situated to the sides of the hall itself. So I highly recommend you to take a look at this. All right. So this is the way to go inside, and please enjoy the whole scene. Thank you so much.